Sir, reply to third question number 4. A, B, C, and D, sir, is as per statement laid on the table of the House. E, sir, the district in the state which has the maximum number of crimes registered from 2020 to 2023 is East Khas Hills district, in bracket 5196 in total. Sir, the steps taken by the government to control crime in the state in general are: A, to tackle crimes against women, women police stations have been set up in 11 district headquarters of the state. One-stop crisis centers for providing services for violence-affected women, including police facilitation, legal counseling, psychosocial counseling, medical aid and temporary shelter have been set up in 11 districts of the state. Women help desk to facilitate crime reported by women and children has also been set up in various police stations across the state. 4. Crime scene unit comprising of experts from the State Forensic Science Laboratory and the Fingerprint Bureau has also been constituted to assist the investigating officer, especially in cases relating to crime against women and children. 5. Dial 112 National Emergency Response System, which deals with receiving of distress calls, has been set up. 6. An app for women's safety known as MedCop Watch has also been launched in East Khas Hills district. 7. Anti-human trafficking units have also been constituted in 11 districts for rescuing victims of human trafficking. 8. Community liaison group has also been constituted at police station level for awareness on POCSO and crimes against women cases. 9 special juvenile police units have been set up in all district headquarters. 10 Criminal Investigation Department organization of Meghalaya Police has formed an expert panel for monitoring crime against women and children. B. To tackle the issue of drug menace, the following steps are taken. Anti-narcotic task force has been set up in all the districts of Meghalaya for checking and preventing drugs trafficking within the state. The help and support of the local Dorbars, communities, NGOs is sought to strengthen vigilance in the vulnerable areas prone to drug menace. Awareness campaign against drugs abuse and illicit trafficking through various social media handles of Meghalaya Police as well as district social media handles is being carried out under the Nasha Mut Bharat Pakwada. A total of 1,263 awareness programs were held in the year 2023 in the state. 3. Meghalaya Police has acquired 4 numbers of narcotic sniffer dogs posted at dog squad K9 units long. 4. District ANTF and the narcotic K9 units are conducting regular surprise checking of vehicles along the national highways as well as in cities and towns and suspected places to prevent illicit trafficking of drugs. 5. Training program on drug law enforcement for the officers of Meghalaya Police are being held every year at Police Training School and CID headquarters Shillong for capacity building. 6. The government has invoked the provisions of the Prevention of Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1988 for detention of habitual traffickers of NDPS in the state, and advisory board under this act was notified accordingly, sir.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I would like to place on record my sincere thanks to the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister who have made a very comprehensive reply with regards to different cases that has happened, especially the steps taken by the government to tackle the crimes against women and children. At the same time, how to tackle one of the biggest issues which is very alarming in our society is the increase of the drug smuggling, this is the menace in our society. Considering the fact on the statement that has been made, where the number of cases with the crime against women and children, only in the span of 3.5 years, it is around 2,821. And whereas the prosecuted number of cases, it's 84, where we have seen that apart from different initiatives that has been taken by the government to tackle, to nab the culprit, to book investigation, charge sheet, but still we have seen that very less cases has been prosecuted. My question to the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister in charge, Home Police, is that may we get an assurance from the government for a fast-track investigation, fast-track charge sheet, at the same time to handhold, even in the consultation with the judiciary for a fast-track conviction of all these cases that has been registered.
Yes, sir, the concern of the honorable member is also appreciated well. As rightly mentioned by him, in fact, reaching to the stage of prosecution and conviction, it takes a lot of time, and number two is it really looks very discouraging, no doubt about it. However, sir, as far as charge sheet is concerned, the police department, they are all out to complete the whole process of charge sheeting, and thereafter we submitted it to the court for final disposal of each charge sheeted cases. And also I would like to assure the honorable member as well as the members of this August House that the police, the government will not sit idle on this issue. We will pursue the matter and also will make sure that the procedure in the court has to be completed within the time frame from the government side.
Thank you for that assurance. Sir. See, considering all this factor which is there that engage in investigation from the police department, one of the factors we understand or state we are not well equipped, especially with regards to the forensic lab that is in place in our state, where many samples has to be sent outside the state. It will take time. So I would like to know from the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister the status or the capacity of the present forensic lab that we have in Jylla, and what are the steps taken to improve the facility so that we could have a fast-track investigation, charge sheet, and conviction.
Sir, I would like to inform the honorable member as well as the members of this House. Recently, in fact, the government has created a separate directorate on forensic lab, where now the function of this directorate is totally independent, and it is being now controlled by the Home Department itself. And recently, few proposals has been submitted to the government by the directorate for strengthening the function of this particular department, which is so important. So government has already approved the proposal submitted by the directorate, and also we have already acquired few important instruments which was required to make sure that the cases pending is fast-tracked. And number two, those tests, as of now, it is no longer required to send outside the state, but within the directorate itself, it is being tested, sir.
So if we look at the response by Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, where steps taken by the government to control crime against women and children, it is all the steps that has been taken, which is in place. It is very impressive, especially with strengthening women police station, one-stop crisis center, crime scene unit, anti-human trafficking unit, and all. Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, with regards to the strength manpower of all the women police stations that are in place in all the district headquarters within the state, whether it is sufficient or not as per the required strength, if not, steps taken by the government to address for the earlier sanction of more women personnel in women police station.
Well, I think, sir, the chronic problem facing or the challenges faced by the police department is the question of shortage of manpower. So again, sir, under the chairmanship of Honorable Chief Minister, recently we had a meeting. And this time we decided and we took it very seriously that shortage of manpower, be it in women police station or be it in the entire state, police station, SP office, and up to the outpost level, we have decided that we will fill up those shortages. And right now the office of DGP is working out the total requirement of each of these. And once that is done, government will again sanction, create sanction and give sanction. And once that is done, I am very sure within few months from now, we'll be able to fill up those required manpower right from the SP office till the outpost officer.
Thank you for that response, sir. I would like to add.
Your last question, please.
Yeah. I would like to add, just apart from increasing manpower in women police station, at the same time, because in tackling drugs and all, the same police personnel, they have to look for law and order, for other issues, and even other crimes, then drugs. There are many issues, the same police personnel. So I would like to add that the same also to be considered for sanction of Mawphor. My last question, sir, with regards to drugs, all the initiative that has been laid down here, it is impressive, and I congratulate the department. We wish them all the best. But one issue with regard to a few youths, it has been reported that they bought medicine from pharmacies, different pharmacies in the state, like Spasmo, Nitrosin, so that to get high, subject to verification. But there are few reports that are there. So steps taken by the government to check even in those pharmacies also, those who are selling without doctor's prescription. So this has to be taken into consideration, where the government has to look into to check this kind of activities also. It wouldn't be there in our society.
Yes, sir. The suggestion and submission by the member is noted. Well, yes, there are certain cases where on medication, on medical certificate, then the patient, the concerned patient, they get those medicine. But beyond that, it is not allowed, and our police are on the job to make sure that such medicines, which is available even in the pharmacy according to the medical expert certification, that yes, we are checking it and will make sure that everything should go as per the NDPS Act 1980.
So, Dr. Mukul, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, a very important question. Now, The principal question, I think more or less revolves around the number of cases which were registered under relevant acts and number of cases prosecuted till date. As the saying goes, justice delayed is justice denied. So there has been always a challenge pertaining to the investigation and the charge sitting. So put the onus of responsibility of ensuring that the justice is not delayed. Would like to know, the number of cases which have been charge seated. I think that is more important, charge seated, because the delay in charge sitting will invariably result in delay in ultimate prosecution.
Sir, I think as I've already replied and the statement is already placed on the table of the House, again, let me go back to the same issue as I've already replied, raised by the honorable, by the original questioner. Again, the issue is about charge sheeting. In fact, from the government side, I've already promised, I've already assured, and I've already stated that now on, from the government side, from the police side, charge sheeting process has been already fast-tracked. So we'll make sure the charge sheet should not go beyond a limit, and we'll make sure that the charge sheeting should complete within a time limit, and thereafter we'll be able to proceed further, where we'll again submit to the honorable courts for prosecution as well as for conviction, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, see, I think it is very important. It's expected that the government should have this figure when this question is being put up. Look at the principal question, start question number 4E, the last part. What are the steps taken by the government to control crime in the state in general? Look at the scope of the question. Now, in the administration of justice, one very important aspect is deterring the people from knocking the door of judicial intervention. Number one is delay in providing the, completion of the whole process of investigation and charge sitting resulting in delay. Therefore, like the Hindi film that Tariq after Tariq, Tariq ka baad Tariq, so this is something which is taken cognizance of. That's why we have also the State Police Act 2010. Based on that, the state is incumbent upon reviewing this whole process of investigation and charge sitting so that justice is not delayed. So this question must be available for the House.
Yes, sir. In fact, we do have, those cases which was already charge sheeted, as I said to you. But I think all these detail, if possible, I would like to place it on the table of the House. This is for the benefit of all the honourable members in this House.
One more supplementary, Mr. Speaker, sir. Okay, we expect that information to be furnished before the House. Another part is pertaining to this commitment, Nasha Mukt Bharat Pakwada. Now, we would like to place on record our sense of appreciation to the police department for number of reports which we have got pertaining to getting breakthrough in nabbing some of the people who are linked as peddlers. But here also, you see the petty peddlers, but who are the kingpin? Therefore, the charge sitting is important. I hope the government will take cognizance of these. But at the same time, what has happened to those, the drugs which have been seized by the police, during different occasions, as per the report of the department concerned. So what has happened? Usually, the state used to inform the public as to what has been done to those seats, drugs, by the police in the respective years. So may we know about the status of those which were seized, as far as the drug seats are concerned.
Mr. Speaker, sir, relating to tightening further the peddling and also the menace of drugs in the state of Meghalaya, I think this subject is not only a state subject, but it happens to be a national and international subject altogether. So, sir, as far as state government is concerned, we have now notified recently again the boat, the advisory board under the Act, which is known as PITNDPS, and headed also by the retired Honorable Justice Shivaji Pandey, and with two other members, to deal with those arrested people who deals with the supply or who involves in the spreading of drugs throughout the state. So that is one, and now this advisory committee is already in place, and I'm very sure once the police arrested those people, the criminals cannot just easily come out of the jail, because according to the board, they can even recommend up to maximum 2 years. Within 2 years' time, these people can be punished in the jail. Sir, number two is as